Welcome to the Entrepreneur Podcast, where we take a look inside the lives of the accomplished and successful businessmen and women. We'll get up close and personal with the founders of booming startups. So lean in and prepare to carry away something to skyrocket your own business. Please subscribe to our show and do leave us a review. It means a lot to us. Now, here's your host, Rajiv.
Hey listeners, welcome to the Entrepreneur Talk Show. I am your host Rajiv Unikrishnan, and this is the show where we talk about entrepreneurship and speak to great founders, entrepreneurs and investors. Today we have with us Avijit Sarkar, co-founder of Regular.li, a mobile-based attendance tracking and HR platform. Welcome Avijit.
Yeah, hi Rajiv.
Great. So just a brief intro. Regular.li is a mobile-first attendance and HR platform which eliminates the need for any biometric hardware. It's also secured with GPS, Wi-Fi, and other technologies, and suitable for businesses that have multiple locations or need to track outdoor staff. A brief about Avijit: he was born and lives in Calcutta actually, and did his bachelor's from GMIT, and currently pursuing an MBA. He also incorporated his first company, Avifa, which was a BPO and an IT services firm. And currently with Avifa, Avijit also started his current venture, which is Regular.li. Again, Avijit, welcome to the show. Do let us know if any gaps in the intro, and let us know what's going on in your world today.
Right. So you covered up almost everything. So
Great.
Right.
And in terms of always, of course, you have heard the show. So before I get into business, I always want to know what are your passions outside of business?
Actually, I have lots of passions.
Okay.
So yeah, I like to cook. I play a little guitar. I run marathons. I get into social work when I get the time. Then I'm into binge watching Netflix, and reading is also a passion. So
Okay, and when you say marathons, you do full marathons, half marathons, what's it?
right now I'm doing only half. So I'm preparing for a full, but it's going to be some while till I get
Excellent. So moving on to, of course, the subject which is Regular.li is what inspired the idea for Regular.li?
Okay, so as you said, like I was running a BPO business during my first year in college. So that was like started with 3 employees and it scaled to 20 and 25. So and we were billing the clients on an hourly basis. Now the problem here was tracking the time and the attendance of the people,
Correct.
the employees. Right. So what I did at that time, I did not actually want to invest in a hardware because it was a very big hassle for me, and it was also expensive. So being a technical guy, I made a very small app that could actually capture the time. It would also take a selfie of the employee and it would also capture the GPS location of where he was working, so that I have like a full secured way of knowing that he was doing work for this duration. Now.
Okay.
That app was very small, very simple, and eventually, like over a year, that app actually matured into a lot of things. It was doing my payroll.
Okay.
It was handling the leaves. So after a while, I understood that BPO wasn't really my true calling, as I was more into technology. So I made a pivot there and I went into full product development, and I already had some very good app which I was really finding useful at my place. So I thought maybe why not begin with this one and open it up for public, and then we went public, and the initial feedback was really good, and so we created Regularly. Yeah.
Excellent. And what would the vision be for the company?
Currently, what we are targeting to become is we want to become the go-to HR platform, and we want to introduce some high-end features like we want to have an AI bot that does all the self-serving for the employees. Like the employee can come in and just chat with the bot and say that, okay, I need a leave from this time to that. So it's all going to be automated and everything is going to be automated. We will also include facial recognition for security.
Okay.
So yeah, so the vision in the long term is to become the number one go-to platform for any kind of HR requirements.
All right. And so when you thought of this idea, of course, when you decided to make a company out of this, any other co-founders or it's only just you?
Yeah, so initially I began it myself. I started it off myself and I made the small app, which so one day I was like out on dinner with my brother, my cousin brother Abhijit, and he was from IIM Ranchi. Then he was a banker, and he heard the idea of Regular.li, and he really loved it. And he said it's such a small and simple product which solves a really huge problem. And then he loved it so much he wanted to get on board. And so after a few months, we started this company together. He's currently the CEO. While yeah, so that yeah.
Okay. And of course, now moving on to product. So regularly, of course, allows you to check in multiple ways and track attendance, right? So, so how does this? So from your end, I mean, from a company owner end, how does it work? And from the employee end, how does it work?
Okay, so we have a dashboard for the owner. So the owner has to, add up all his employees. So once he does that, and he can make sure they are inside the office premises when checking in, or they can say that okay, this employee can check in from anywhere if he's working on the field. And once he sets up his account, the employee gets a login which he can use from his phone, and he has to download our app and log in, and that's it. So he just takes out his phone whenever he comes to office, checks in, and when he goes out, he checks out.
Okay. And what happens if for some reason, like a GPS, if you don't have a GPS signal or some reason there's no GPS available, then how does the tracking happen for that
Right.
check-in?
Right. So there is a Wi-Fi. So if you have a Wi-Fi in your hotspot in your office, so we also have a way to authenticate via the Wi-Fi mode. So
Okay.
yeah, so the Wi-Fi authentication is also there.
Okay. Now you also mentioned, of course, you covered outdoor already, so that covers the field. Now, how does the holiday tracking work?
Holiday is the mainly the tracking is about leaves. So so when the employee applies for a leave, it goes to the manager, for approval, and they can approve that leave, and that is all summarized in the payroll when you're generating the payroll. And the holidays, you can set holidays for your locations, and so that day it is counted as a holiday. And if he's present on a holiday, it will count it as a overtime. That kind of thing.
Okay. And of course, one more big feature for you all is the reporting part of it, right? So, I mean, you can let us know more about the reporting.
We have like a really exhaustive kind of a report. So there's lots of different kind of reports you can pull. You can pull out a master report, which is every punch and the images and everything on the GPS location. You can get a summary report, which just helps you, make the payroll. It just tells you how many present days, how many leaves, and everything in one small summary. And this is all exportable from both the mobile phones. You can export it from the website. It's exportable everywhere. Yeah.
So, I mean, the opportunity is pretty big. I mean, as you read that the HR software market is around 14 billion globally. Okay. And what I've seen is what you sent me is, of course, you have an income of around $6,000 since August 2017, correct?
Yes, right.
And that is 6K would be what? Recurring MRR or would be?
No, till now we have made around, so that was a few days back, like a while back. So we have made around 8K so far.
Okay.
In revenue.
So that would be for the customers pay via subscription or?
Subscription. Yes, we work on a subscription model based on the number of members you are tracking.
Okay, subscription number of members, got it. Per seat kind of thing, right?
Exactly. Yes.
Okay, got it. And of course, you are around 55 plus paying customers, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and it's across India as of now?
Currently, India and Malaysia are two big hotspots for us.
And how did Malaysia suddenly come into picture? You had someone selling it for you, or it's just suddenly random?
No, actually, we were trying out some online advertising, right? So we set it to global initially, and then we saw that India and Malaysia were becoming the major points of interest. So we focused on them for now, and we will eventually expand to more of Southeast Asia.
Got it. And of course, you're looking to grow to around 20K by 2018, correct?
Yes.
Okay, Southeast Asia, correct. So of course you have competition like Zoho people, you have T-Sheets. So I mean, they are of course much bigger companies now. But what are you all doing different, or what are you all doing to kind of catch up and overtake them?
Our biggest, I think, the currently pricing is one of the most unique things. We charge extremely it's 1/3 of what they charge. Firstly, and secondly, the simplicity of the app, like. Setting up on Zoho or any other platform is like a big process.
Yeah.
But with Regularly, it'll take you a maximum of like 5 minutes to get your whole company into the platform.
Excellent. So you can probably import your employee data directly in. Okay, got it.
Directly, yeah.
And I guess you're bootstrapped till now?
Yes, completely bootstrapped.
Okay, so you're not looking for funding also as of now?
No.
Okay. No. And team size?
We have 6 members at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So mostly technical and one two people for sales and all.
Okay. So how is it? Is it challenging doing the startup along with studying for MBA?
So actually, I put my MBA on a break for this actually.
Okay, so you have
Yeah,
done some part of it and you've given a pause.
yeah, I have taken a brief pause from that. I'll up soon.
Okay. So, I mean, how is it? So, you're always, I guess, been in entrepreneurship, correct? You never had a corporate gig till now.
Not really, no.
So, does it ever, I mean, it shouldn't occur, but have you ever wondered what's it like being in the corporate side?
There was a very brief stint. So a few months, I was a part of like one of my clients. They took me in, and so the money was good. So
Got
so
it.
I got into that. But then I understood that this is not my calling because
Okay. So, when did you, I mean, like over time, who has inspired you the most?
Okay, so personally, like my parents are both running a business from a very long time,
Hmm.
and my mom I see as a big inspiration because she runs the household, she takes care of the family, and she runs the business and everything. So my mom has been my biggest inspiration.
Excellent. And what's some of the best advice you've been given over time?
So the thing is that it's all about persistence, because we will always fail, and what we try to do, it's about not stopping there and learning from it, and then moving forward and trying again and not
Correct.
repeating mistakes.
Yep. And anything at present, any launch or release coming that's getting you and the team excited?
So we are planning to have a more like we are planning to integrate facial recognition as a part of security in the coming few months. So yeah, we are working on that.
Excellent. So, where do you see your business? Maybe you see, of course, yourself and your business. Let's say the next 2 to 3 years.
So, as I said, the vision. So, we want to become the best HR platform out there, the go-to platform, and keep it as simple as it is today. So, that is the challenge here: to keep things very simple and to
Hmm.
become go-to platform.
Correct. Got it. So, of course, now we move to the part of the show, which is a quick fire round. All right. So, simple, brief answers. So, when people ask you, what do you do? How do you answer that?
So, I find problems and I solve them with technology.
Excellent. And what's the first word that comes to mind when I say work?
uh, Discipline,
Family,
home, parents,
entrepreneurship,
success,
technology.
terminal of a Mac, like
Okay. Food,
cheese,
and any book.
subtle art of not giving a F. I'm reading that at the moment.
Okay. And of course, what's one piece of technology you can't live without?
My phone.
Okay. And if I were to ask you, what is something that you excel at that other people might not realize?
I think making hard choices, letting go of things when they're not
Okay.
relevant anymore.
And your favorite city globally?
That would be New York, but I haven't been there yet.
Okay. You must go.
Yeah.
Okay. And finally, any last thought or advice on maybe the HR space that you have faced that you want to give our listeners?
So it's a general advice is to like find your true calling. You have to find your true passion, whatever that may be. So if your work and passion are on the same lines, I think that is the way to go because if you're doing something that you're not passionate about, it's never going to work out.
Absolutely. Very true.
Yeah.
And let our listeners know how they can reach you and also regularly.
So regularly his website is regular.li, right? And you can reach me at Avijit at avijitsarkar.com or Avijit at regular.li.
Okay, great. So, of course, Avijit has been very kind to give our listeners a 10% off on any plan with coupon TAE10. Okay,
Yeah.
thanks for that. And again, Avijit, thanks for taking the time to talk to us, inspiring our listeners to start their own ventures and all
Yep.
the success with regularly.
Thanks a lot, Rajiv. Thanks a lot.
So, guys, do visit regularly. That is regular.li and visit us at theasianentrepreneur.com to get the show notes and subscribe to our show on all the platforms and stay tuned and do leave a review about the show. Thank you.
Thank you for listening, and please subscribe to the show so you don't miss an episode. In the meantime, head over to theasianentrepreneur.com and check out show notes and other information to motivate you in your entrepreneurial endeavors.